watches to make sure that everything is going healthy. In this case, there was one specific parameter that appeared to be just off late in these burns that we had cut off, and so that worked exactly as expected, monitoring a current into the engine. And when it does that, it shuts off the burn. And now we're a little bit short on where we needed to be. And so that causes us to actually race out farther in front of the station as opposed to slowing down and coming up underneath it. So we had to do a bit of a racetrack maneuver to burn, then to get above the station, come around behind it, and come back down below to catch up again.
So with today's arrival of Cygnus and its imminent attachment to the station coming up in the next hour and a half or so, that is the second cargo craft to arrive at the station in just 4 days in the wake of the Progress 93, the Roscosmos cargo ship this past Saturday. Some 8.5 tons of cargo arriving at the station in rapid-fire succession. How important was this series of delivery runs?
Oh, it's critically important. You know, we've gone a little bit in terms of time in between major resupplies. Although SpaceX 33 just arrived as well, so this fall we always knew was very, very busy in terms of the amount of cargo. This brings up a lot of critical consumables for the crew, food, water, a lot of extra spares, and of course the great science that we get to do on board the station. So these regular resupply runs and especially this great capability that Cygnus brings and the amount of cargo that it brings to us is critical for us to keep us running smooth and doing the things that we need to do on board to do the research.
You mentioned a busy fall, but it doesn't stop. We're just about 4.5 weeks away from the next cargo ship launch, the debut of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency's HTV X1. I know the reviews are beginning in earnest for that launch from the Tanegashima Space Center in southern Japan. What will HTV X1 bring to the table in terms of more cargo and more capability for these delivery activities for the station?
Yeah, it really brings an excellent capability to provide both internal cargo as well as external cargo from just a completely different source. And what we like to do is have as many different sources of resupply as we can. Obviously, if something goes wrong, God forbid that we run into an issue with one aspect of our fleet, having multiple resupply capabilities really is what makes this partnership so strong.
Okay, Bill, very good. Cygnus now in the grasp of the Canadarm2, soon to be mechanically attached to the station, and then the crew can work its way towards opening the hatch probably later today to begin unloading its cargo. We appreciate your time this morning, as always. Bill Spetch, the Operations Integration Manager for the International Space Station Program. Thanks much.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
This is Mission Control Houston, a good view of the SS Willie McCool, the Northrop Grumman Cygnus XL cargo craft that arrived at the space station after a flawless rendezvous this morning with its grapple by the Canadarm2 robotic arm having been executed at 6:24 a.m. Central Time, 7:24 a.m. Eastern Time, as the two vehicles flew 260 miles over Central Africa. The robotics officer here in Mission Control will soon begin to maneuver Cygnus to its installation position on the Earth-facing side of the U.S. segment of the station, ultimately positioning it for alignment for a mechanical capture to the common berthing mechanism on the Unity module of the International Outpost. We will take a break in our coverage now and return at 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Time for installation coverage to latch up the newly arrived Cygnus XL spacecraft to the International Space Station. In the meantime, this is Mission Control Houston.